Guns don't kill people. It's impossible to be killed by a gun. We are all invincible to bullets, and it's a miracle.
Strap on your cans or pop in those buds. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 podcasts.
Looking for top 40 sexy.
Oh, all right.
Okay, here we go.
I like a 40-year-old woman that likes to be on top when I'm laying down.
For this list, we've chosen the podcasts, whether serious or hilarious, that have flooded into the ears and minds of the population and rated them based on appeal, popularity, and personal preference. Number 10, Welcome to Night Vale.
A friendly desert community where the sun is hot, the moon is beautiful, and mysterious lights pass overhead while we all pretend to sleep. Welcome to Night Vale.
Sit back, relax, and enter the world of Night Vale.
It became apparent there was a few people we did not personally know who were downloading this. And honestly, the story could end there, and it would be artistically one of the most exciting things that has ever happened in my life.
Set in a fictional town somewhere in the southwestern United States, listeners are treated to a series of broadcasts by local radio host Cecil Gershwin-Palmer, whose day-to-day job mostly consists of reporting on the strange and supernatural events that seem to plague the whole town.
Please, do not speak to or acknowledge any angels that you may come across while shopping at the Ralphs or at the Desert Flower Bowling Alley and Arcade Fun Complex.
Think of every conspiracy theory you know, and chances are Night Vale has probably covered it.
I hope all of you out there have someone to sleep through it with. Or, at least, good memories of when you did.
Number 9, Friends Like Us.
He's young and he's white, so I'm not just a cougar, I'm a Black Panther.
Marina Franklin takes on all comers in this socially relevant comedy podcast. Every week, Franklin sits down with different guests to get to the bottom of society's trending issues.
Can we forgive Cosby at any
Who's
point?
we?
Is there...
When you say that, you like the four of us, or are you talking about broader?
Do you think that at any point, because this was a question that was brought up, do you think that Cosby, are people starting to feel sorry for him on some level? And do you think that he can be forgiven?
Think of it as The View, but only with women of color. From sex to racial awareness, Friends Like Us provides an insightful weekly look at the things we just aren't used to talking openly about. And she strikes a balance between depth and comedy and gives us a podcast that anyone can listen to.
When I started this, I didn't realize. It's are people really going to care about Black women talking?
Number 8, The Adam Carolla Show.
It's the Adam Carolla Show.
Surely one of the titans in the wide world of podcasts, this former radio show host broke a world record of episode downloads over a period of 2 years, with almost 60 million.
Friday's my sort of sleep-in day, and I might get up as she's walking in the door, and I'm in my bathrobe, and I'm a little morning wood, gassy.
Carolla starts every episode with a nice relaxing rant about any number of subjects, including but not limited to driving stupidities, idiots, and people he hates.
Slower traffic, stay out of the left lane. It's legal to turn right on a red. They even just drive like champions.
What follows is an interview with a daily guest, which is usually pretty funny, or at the very least, controversial. You never know with Carolla.
No slapping my breasts.
I'm out. Brian? Yeah. You out?
Done.
Number 7, the Nerdist Podcast.
You are you're a spokesman for nerds.
No, don't say that. I get trolled when people say that. I am not a spokesman for nerds. I just like nerdy things. And that is because nerds love to tell you why you suck.
Chris Hardwick began his mini media empire with this weekly podcast, along with his buddies Jonah Ray and Matt Myra.
I want something else to get me through this semi-chop kind of life.
The three tackle all things comedy and nerd-related while taking time to interview various guests.
What's interesting is that the Nerdist Podcast thinks they have a winner, but they don't.
While the guested podcasts are quite popular, diehard fans wait with bated breath for their hostful episodes, where the three comedians get together and just talk it out. That's when the laughs start a-flowin'.
Ooh. Don't say ooh. Why would you say that?
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things sucks.
Which one?
Number 6, the Rooster Teeth Podcast.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the 3rd annual.
It's Pancake Day!
Podcast.
Once known as The Drunk Tank, this extremely popular comedy-based podcast got its start as a quaint little weekly show about gaming, where the hosts got plastered and attempted to discuss the latest news.
And every time we do anything, there's always this like small vocal group of people. It's like, this is unacceptable and unbelievable. And then they're totally fine. Like
after
2 months later.
Not even, like a week.
It quickly grew into its current form as a loosely formatted show with a cast of fan-familiar hosts. Subjects include pop culture news and maybe every now and then a reference to the gaming world.
It really was a problem when I play a lot of World of Warcraft, and I don't play as frequently, so I don't have my hands glued to the keyboard like I used to.
Spacebar is that permanent black mark, like basically. If you have like a,
Worth a listen for any fan of the company website and its contents.
This one smells like puke.
Number 5, The Ricky Gervais Show.
Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of pointless conversations.
As early as 2005, the now rapidly growing world of podcasts got what many considered to be its very first successful show.
We do this ourselves. We're three little fellas. We haven't got an entourage and millions of people working for us. It's just us in a little room.
Another Guinness World Record holder for most downloaded podcast as of 2007. This one was so successful, it moved from radio to podcast and eventually to TV in 2010.
There was a sort of poetry to it, but I think he stumbled across that. I don't think it was intentional.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't got over, saying foodage.
As with many things, Ricky Gervais was at the forefront of this audio show with collaborators Stephen Merchant and Carl Pilkington.
I've never understood why in Olympics and stuff like that, if you're going to watch, don't stand around the start line, go to the end.
The trio would get together and discuss a whole variety of topics, most of which involved making fun of Pilkington.
Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Liar.
Number 4, Radiolab.
Please welcome to the stage your hosts for this evening, Jad Abumrad and Robert Krulwich!
Hosts Jad Abumrad and Robert Krulwich take us down a funky rabbit hole of interesting subjects.
In this hour, a series of stories that all hew to that delicious story archetype we call Patient Zero.
From philosophy to science, we're treated to a delightful and sometimes psychedelic 60-minute experience featuring odd musical stings and sound effects, which, according to the hosts, are meant to imitate real life and the chaos of talking in a realistic environment.
Enhancing public understanding of science and technology in the modern world.
Whatever the reasoning, we are sold on this informative slice of audio goodness.
And to make a long story short,
the picture they get is
that AIDS entered the United States
around 1966.
Number 3, This American Life.
In a way, the story is always the same. There was this kid. She was mean. She was popular.
This radio show / podcast focuses on a variety of topics concerning the human condition.
Each week on our show, we choose some theme, bring you a variety of different kinds of stories on that theme. Today's show, Reality Check.
Host Ira Glass and his team of producers set out to cover as much as possible on a specific topic and come together to present a really in-depth first-person account.
In the end, the scientists decided to clone Chance for a simple reason. He was old. For one of their experiments, they needed to clone an older animal.
While the show doesn't have a single viewpoint, as it often ranges from sad to comedic, each episode has that special This American Life flair which makes it engaging.
I gave the band a chance to answer this question. Given a choice between dreams and real life, which would you choose?
The first one.
Number 2, Serial.
From This American Life and WBEZ Chicago, it's Serial, one story told week by week. I'm Sarah Koenig.
Considered by many to be the best gateway podcast out there, Serial broke listenership records and engrossed millions with its procedural efficiency and mysterious subject matter.
By the end of this hour, you're going to hear different people tell different versions of what happened the day Haley was killed. But let's start with the most important version of the story, the one Rabia told me first. And that's the one that was presented at trial.
The premise for season 1 was, in 1999, Adnan Syed, a Baltimore, Maryland teen, was accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend, and he's been in prison ever since.
She was supposed to pick up a cousin, but never did. Police say a passerby found her remains 2 days ago in Leakin Park.
Now Sarah Koenig and her team of investigators/producers sift through decade-old evidence and shaky testimonies to uncover what really happened.
What else can I do? There's nothing I can do, so it's just, perhaps I'll never be able to explain it. And it is what it is. If someone believes me or not, I have no control over it.
The podcast has proven to be so effective and pervasive, it's even got its own spoofs.
Do you want to know who did it? Fine. I have a confession for you. It was me. It was Sarah Koenig, okay? I did it. I guess I did it for that sweet MailChimp money, okay?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
From WNYC, this is Freakonomics Radio, the podcast that explores the hidden side of everything.
I think you could make the case that the most important individual in the last century is Gavrilo Princip. And Gavrilo Princip is a name very few of you will recognize.
People have said that I sound a bit like Freddie Mercury. So here I am doing a video of me singing like Freddie Mercury. I want to break free! I want to break free!
So you have a new faucet for the kitchen sink and has a built-in soap dispenser. So it's like a pump
correct.
On the right or the left-hand side of the...
On the right side.
Very nice.
And I'm estimating a hand job takes at least 3 minutes. So add that into the mix.
I'd say 3 to 5.
Yeah, okay.
Number 1, WTF with Marc Maron.
I'm Marc Maron. I live here alone with Monkey, Boomer, and LaFonda. They're cats. I had a wife, 2 actually. They're not dead. Well, they're dead to me. Well, actually, I'm dead to 1. The other one I could probably get back.
Why are you telling me this?
Podcast's grumpiest and maybe most popular host, Marc Maron releases this bi-weekly show, which focuses primarily on comedians and actors.
Most of the time, the thing that made our friendship so deep and so strong was that when we did talk, we made each other feel better.
No, it's true, but you shut me out. You shut me out because you were having a hard time.
Okay, well, I apologize again.
Well, I apologize to you because I did it to you probably out of resentment.
Maron talks openly with guests about wide-ranging topics such as personal struggles and life in the entertainment biz.
And then one time I woke up the next morning and go, oh, where's my car? And it turned out the bartender had driven me home. He was a sweet guy and he drove me home. And the next day I couldn't find the car and I thought, oh my God, my car's been stolen. And they parked it for me in a safe parking lot.
Maron is notable for not shying away from hot-button topics and has a handful of more dramatically charged podcast episodes. And it's that poignancy that lands him right at the top of our list.
I just remember that you were this guy that came from where you did. You didn't go to college. You're from Newton, and you started out really young, and you were like building your brain.
Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite podcast? For more easy listening top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this friendly for the radio.
I'm trying to make a hit record.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There's the chorus. I got it from here, Adam.